Need a hand, Ben?
No, mate, I'm fine.
Afternoon tea time, Lawson. 2 coffee scrolls, no butter.
Yep.
By the way, where did you take the 4-wheel drive this morning? Through a mudslide?
Worse. Pig farm.
Yeah, but give it a wash.
Oh, now?
Coffee scrolls have priority.
What's this new member that we're
Don't
expecting?
start moaning,
Do you hear that
Lawson.
there's some type of disturbance out at the Mount Thomas West General Store?
I'm making PJ out that way. I'll give him a call.
Stuart's perfectly capable of handling that. You concentrate on the stationery.
Before or after the coffee scrolls,
Get
boss?
smart, Lawson.
Copy that. We're on our way. Do you just want to tell us what's going on?
I haven't done anything. Let me go. Let me go. Run! Run! Hey, T, run!
Come here,
What's going on?
Get yourself killed in there.
Okay, you go then.
Come on, move over there. You too.
Please don't move. Hey, don't move. Stay where you are. He's not going anywhere. He's hit his head as he's gone down. Can you give us a hand? Yeah.
Hey, I told you to wait outside.
Joe, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. He's going to need an ambo.
All right, okay, who are you? You where's the phone?
In my office, I'll do it.
Everything okay, Doyle?
Yeah, it seems to be. What happened? Oh, these guys were shoplifting. Didn't want to go quietly.
Told you to wait for the police.
Andy, I am the police.
You're a copper.
Constable Joanna Parrish, just been transferred to Mount Thomas.
We've been waiting for this replacement for quite some time, so I'm very happy to see you, Constable. Sorry there's no red carpet. It's probably the only thing that Lawson's gotten around of filing so far. Speaking of whom, Constable Jack Lawson, Constable Joanna Parrish.
Jack. Excuse me.
Meet you.
Ben Stewart, I'm be your acting sergeant.
Joanna, Joe for short.
Catching crooks already, eh?
Excuse me, boss. Clay Hutchins is stable. We'll be able to talk to him soon.
Joe, are we going to be much longer or can we?
This is my friend, Andrew Franklin.
How do you do?
Hey, Joe, do you want to give us your statement?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'd like to sit in on this. So take a seat, Mr. Franklin. She won't be very long.
She's,
Yeah, she is. She's also 23. She's far too old for you, mate.
Must be half a dozen general stores around here, and I have to pick the one that's being knocked off.
What put you on to him in the first place?
Oh, well, Andrew and I had to go in there to pick up a couple of things, and I saw the bloke in the security mirror lifting stuff. He went for the back door, couldn't get out, and then turned on me like a cornered rat. I mean, luckily, as he was coming for me, I backed into the stack of dog food and he tripped on a can.
Are you saying that he tried to assault you?
I'm saying he would have if he hadn't have knocked himself out first.
Well, it might have been more sensible to wait for backup.
Yeah, well, I didn't know how far off the cavalry was.
Don't worry about it, Joe. 2 witnesses, it's an open shut case.
So what did the manager have to say for himself?
Well, he didn't see the shoplifting. You see, he was outside taking a leak, and then he came back in and it was on.
oh, lucky there's no shortage of witnesses.
Hey, don't look at me. I didn't see much either.
Didn't you call D24?
Yeah, Joe told me to. I had no idea those two were shoplifting or whatever she thought they were up to.
Parrish. You did identify yourself as a member to these 2 offenders, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm sure I did. I didn't I, Andy?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Jack, why don't you get Joe up to the Imperial?
Yeah.
We've booked a room at the Imperial
thanks.
for you, only the best for new recruits.
Mr. Franklin, if you'd like to come through a text statement.
Look, can it wait? I really would like to get the car unloaded.
Well, there's plenty of time for that, surely.
Oh, Andy has to get back to Melbourne.
Oh, really? I thought you 2 were...
No, just friends. Look, I'm sorry you got caught up in all this, Andy. Look, maybe if I help you unpack now and you can come back and do your statement after.
That's fine by me.
Right? Yep.
Okay.
Right, and then you can head on to Melbourne from here.
Yeah, well, I'm in no hurry to get back, unless you're trying to get rid of me, that is. Huh?
No.
Just friends.
Not from where I'm standing.
Bree, why don't you tell us what you and Clay were doing in the general store this afternoon?
That's where we get all our stuff.
Are you regular customers there?
Yes.
Are you aware you were arrested by an off-duty police officer?
I want to talk to Clay.
He's still under observation.
I want to see him.
Maybe later.
You could be facing charges.
We weren't stealing, and I'm not going to tell you anything until I can talk to Clay.
Linen and furniture comes with the room. There's no extra charge, you know.
Yeah, just till I find my own place, really.
Joe loves her creature comforts, mate. Should have seen our flat back home. It's just full of everything that you could make yourself
Like ages
comfortable.
ago, Andy. was all right when I went to Mum and Dad's. That's creature comfort heaven, but Mount Thomas, well, I just bought everything, really.
Here you go.
Oh, don't you just love these old country pubs? You know, proper high ceilings, windows that actually open, plenty of space. Genuine squeaky mattress, too. I bet these walls are solid.
So you shared a place in Melbourne?
Yeah, with Andy for a bit, and then back home with Mum and Dad. I'm really looking forward to some time on my own, actually.
Time of your own, yeah, right. You'll be bored stiff. You hate your own company, Joe. You'll be on the phone to me as soon as I get back to Melbourne.
No, I won't.
Yes, you will.
So is that nearly it?
Yep, I reckon one more load should do it, then I'll get out of your hair.
Wish I had a removalist as a friend.
He's no removalist, he's an accountant. I met him at uni, he's a really good bloke.
This was found in the general store. I'll just need you to sign an indemnity for its return. Don't carry much cash, Mr. Hutchins. I was just wondering how you were actually planning on paying for the goods.
Credit. Good for it.
Yeah, well, you've done some jail time, haven't you? Sort of drug offences?
Since then, I've been clean and straight, mate.
And unemployed. I wonder how Reg Mowbray feels about giving you credit.
We'll keep a lid on it. When it gets up too high, we stop buying and we start paying off.
Right, so you had every intention of putting these things on account?
Of course we did.
Yeah? Well, why'd you get so upset when somebody approached you?
This mad-eyed bitch comes out of nowhere, right? Starts throwing accusations around. What are you gonna do?
Well, threatening to assault is a bit extreme.
Me threaten her? Is that what she told you?
Well, yeah, Constable Parrish has made a statement, yes.
She's a cop.
Yeah, she is. She was off duty at the time.
I pity any poor bastard who's got to deal with her when she's on duty.
Right, so you deny the shoplifting charges there?
I deny everything, mate. It's that crazy bitch that should be up on assault charges,
Well,
not
she
me.
claims that you tripped, sir.
Yeah, well, of course she does, eh? But no one saw. It's just her word against mine. That'll be your desk up there, and that's about it in a nutshell, I think.
After Frankston, it's like a doll's house.
You don't say.
Remind me not to take up cat swing as a hobby.
Yeah. Everything all right in there?
Yeah, fine, boss.
Well, as soon as I can spare somebody to keep an eye on her, I'd appreciate it if you'd give this stationery priority.
You're going to hear those words a lot around here.
I could do it, boss.
You don't know where everything goes yet.
Well, I could take over in there.
That would not be appropriate.
Don't you start tomorrow?
Will I be stuck here much longer?
We won't detain you any longer than we need to, Miss McNamara. Perhaps you could help with the stationery, Parrish. At least get all that rubbish off the charge counter there.
I'll show you where it goes.
Hutchins is denying the charges. He claims that Joe tried to assault him. Has Franklin made his statement yet?
He's in your office with Stewart now. But I don't think you can regard him as an independent witness, or a witness at all, for that matter.
Well, ESD are going to want to talk to Joe.
Yeah, well, standard procedure, I'm afraid. Mr. Franklin, headed back to Melbourne now, eh?
Excuse me, boss, we've got a report of a hay theft from Tony Lennox. He's a produce merchant in Widgery.
Are you going to be having further words with Miss McNamara? All right, Lawson, in that case, you can go to Widgery.
Widgery, I thought stationery had priority.
Just go, Lawson, and take Parrish with you. Show us some of the countryside.
Okay, fancy a bit of a drive?
Sounds good.
Oh, Joe, I was hoping we could have a look around, you know? Check out the sights.
Next time you come up, Andy, we'll do the full tourist bit, all right?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, you've been great, really. Guess this is it. What can I say? Take care of yourself.
Come on, Parrish.
Yeah, just get my uniform. It's in the locker.
Okay.
Jack, you going to clean this stuff up before you go?
Oh, yeah, love to. But gotta go get hay
As
bales.
soon as you get back, my friend.
But, there's no problem with Joe, is there? What happened today?
Problem? No, of course not. Thanks, you're done.
Okay.
Prime Lucen. You'd get $10 a bail plus for that down the city.
You reckon that's where this lot might have ended up?
Not a hassle to go for 20 bales.
So it's a local job?
Well, the thing is, hay's not exactly scarce around here. Even good lucerne, you can get that for under $10.
Could be a case of desperation. Someone with a horse and no feed paddock.
Like me. 20 bales. You can get that in the back of a double horse float, no worries.
Get on the back of a ute if you packed it right.
Know anybody with a ute?
9 out of 10 of my customers drive utes, love.
No sign of a break-in. Any chance you forgot to lock up?
Well, it was locked last night and locked when I came in again this morning.
Maybe it's a hay thief with a helicopter.
You're a city girl, aren't you?
she's not saying anything until she talks to a feral boyfriend.
All right, you better remind her of her rights, Doyle, and how to get in touch with legal aid.
But if no one's got a key and there's no sign of breaking in.
No joy on the Lennox job, I take it.
Well, no, I reckon someone did it in broad daylight during business hours when he was busy somewhere else.
Have you got a list of customers?
Oh, the ones you could remember, yeah, but basically I wouldn't hold your breath on this one.
Mr. Corby, what can we do for you?
I'm here to see Bree McNamara.
Mr. Corby, you must have ESP. I was just finding the number for legal aid.
No need for that.
Oh, how did you know about this?
I've been retained to represent her. Now, if I could see my client?
Please come through.
You must be the new constable, Joanna Parrish?
Yeah. Civil action?
Assault and false arrest. Welcome to Mount Thomas.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, what?
Well, I just finished McNamara's formal interview. It's much the same as her boyfriend's, as you'd expect after Corby got her, though.
Yeah, well, got it or not, we may have a problem. Yeah, before you go, Parrish's file. Seems she's well known for a, quote, passion, commitment and enthusiasm, unquote.
Oh, we don't want any of that around here.
Oh, it's the first time for everything, isn't there? Anyway, it looks like she's got a bit of a case of foot-in-mouth disease. It's been a pretty inauspicious start, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's the first day. I mean,
I'm just thinking out loud.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jo Parrish. Fabulous. Sounds like a good excuse for another round.
What'll it be, a bottle of bubbly?
Champagne? Yeah. Gotta warn you, one glass and I sing the soundtrack of The Boy from Oz, two and you get the dance routine.
Oh, in that case, make it a very light beer.
Rightio. And do me a favour, will you? Invite your friend over. He checked in earlier and he's been hanging around like a lost slipper.
I thought he went back to Melbourne.
Yeah, so did I. Excuse me.
Joe, you're acting like I planned the whole thing. The fuel pump packed it in for crying out loud. I was 20 k's down Melbourne Road. I had to get towed back to town.
And stay for the night.
I had no choice, did I? The garage has to get the part in from Melbourne. So it comes from breaking down in a backwater like this dump.
So how long's it going to take?
First thing tomorrow morning. I'm told the local courier pigeon service is very reliable around here.
And then you'll go.
You can't wait to see the back of me, can you?
I just wish you'd stayed somewhere else. I put a lot of ground to make up and I can't do it with you breathing down my neck. I mean, I've been here less than a day and already...
Already what? Come on, Joe. Kidding? It's getting to you, isn't it?
I'm a big girl, Andy. I'll sort it out myself.
Joe, please. Please talk to me. Come on, you used to tell me everything.
Well, it was back when you used to listen, you know.
Joe, please, come back to Melbourne with me. I miss us, you know?
Even if I wanted to, I can't. I'm here for 2 years. It's a commitment.
Like the one you made to me, huh?
It's not fair. You're the one who gave me the ultimatum. You're the one who said I had to make a choice. You or my career. I can't go back, Andy. This is my future.
You've got quite a nose for trouble, Constable Parrish.
I'm a good copper, Inspector. A bit too enthusiastic at times, but I'm trying.
You wrote off a police vehicle last year.
I blew a tyre.
And then there was the water pistol incident.
I was first on the scene of reported armed robbery. I almost fired on a kid who was armed with a water pistol. But I didn't.
Now you're facing a civil action for false arrest and unlawful assault.
Hutchins and his girlfriend were stealing. I saw them with my own 2 eyes.
Unfortunately, one pair of eyes is never enough in these cases, Constable. I suppose there are any other witnesses, Senior Sergeant?
Andrew Franklin, I did mention him.
Oh, yes. The boyfriend.
He's not my boyfriend anymore.
I'm sorry. Anyway, you do have a copy of his statement there.
And it's not much help, either for the case or for you.
But he was right there.
He was at the other end of the shop. He says he stayed there because you didn't want to alert Hutchins to the fact that he was ringing D24 on your instructions.
Yeah, but he must have seen something.
And then there's the question of whether you identified yourself as a member or not.
Look, ma'am, I identified myself. I mean, anyway, as a citizen, I can make an arrest under Section 458 of the Crimes Act. I don't know why Andy didn't confirm it or the rest of the events. Maybe he was panicking and forgot.
Then I'll talk to him, see if he has anything further to say.
He was supposed to be returning to Melbourne, but I believe he's had car trouble.
It was fixed this morning, he's gone.
Well, I'd like to have a look around this general store.
Ask Doyle for the keys to the four-wheel drive. We'll meet you outside.
You think that's wise?
To let her drive?
To let her come. It's not normal practice.
Well, we do need somebody to explain events to us. And despite her history, she does deserve a chance to defend herself.
And where was Franklin?
Back there.
So the store manager was...
Out the back in the toilet.
Must have been locked yesterday as well, because Hutchins tried to get out there.
Was it bolted, Mr. Mowbray?
Oh, it couldn't have been, could it? I went out this way to the toilet. It sticks, so you've got to pull it hard. Real hard.
Mr. Mowbray, are you in the habit of leaving your employer's store unattended?
Nature calls, I answer.
No other staff on duty?
No other staff, full stop. Except the boss, and he's hardly ever around.
Did you know Hutchins and McNamara were in the store while you were outside?
Brie.
Oh, well, yeah.
And you weren't worried about leaving them on their own? A couple of
Dole bludgeon ferals?
Not small business like this, you get to know who you can trust.
I would have thought nobody running a business could afford to be that trusting.
Oh, excuse me.
Look, I'd like to have a word with our two suspects. We'd better take Constable Parrish back to the station.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Whatever you might be thinking, I don't lie.
You building this yourself?
Yeah. It's a mud brick. Cheap as chips.
How are you financing it?
Oh, well... money's kind of a limiting concept if you rely on it. That's why we prefer to trade, eh? Box of lettuces. Bag of mortar. That kind of deal.
Got a lot of lettuces to build a house.
Did a day's work on Pete Took's dairy farm the other day. That's what I got in exchange. One man's rubbish, another man's roof rafters.
Have the same sort of bartering arrangement with the general store?
Mate, we told the others we've got a credit system, right?
And you maintain that's what was in train when Constable Parrish intervened?
Bloody oath. This is the country. That's how we do things up here. You get stuff, take it to your car. Shop bloke's busy, you come back later and pay for it, you know? It's called trust. Something those psycho city cops don't know nothing about, eh? Just come up here and attack, ask questions later. And that's why I'm suing you. It's the first time anything like this has ever happened, eh? It's a shame, really. But me, oh, yeah. Kind of gotten used to people jumping to the wrong conclusions, eh? You might want to screen your recruits a bit better, Inspector. There's got to be better people out there than that, eh?
I've advised Senior Detective Hasham to recommend that the charges against Hutchins and McNamara not be authorised.
No evidence, no witnesses, it's just not worth it.
Well, I'm a witness. You've got my evidence.
Constable, you may believe you were acting in good faith when you tried to apprehend those two. But as to whether or not your assessment of the situation was accurate enough to warrant those actions, I have yet to decide.
So what happens now?
You'll be notified in due course. You may face disciplinary action. It depends on all the facts. And whether we like it or not, history does count, Constable. You show an unfortunate tendency to jump first and ask questions later.
How long before I find out, ma'am?
Well, it all depends. But well before the civil action comes up, at any rate.
Why don't you ring the police association?
Well, what can they do?
They can give you advice.
Joe, I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. I don't think the civil action will ever get to court.
No, I wouldn't worry about it, Joe. I mean, the guy's a nuff. He's never going to stand up.
Not to mention their cost of hiring a lawyer.
Well, unless, of course, Corby's partial to lettuce.
Hey?
Apparently Hutchins likes to pay his bills with vegetables. In the meantime, as the newest addition to this station, there are other urgent matters to claim your attention, such as...
Lunch, and Jack will fill you in with the details.
Mr. Hutchins, hello? Mr. Hutchins?
What, you coppers had to have warrants?
It's a nice place you've got out here. Plenty of space. I think that's what attracted me here in the first place, actually. Freedom and all that.
Yeah, we'd like a bit of freedom too. Freedom from coppers, what do you want?
Is Clay about?
We've got nothing to say to you.
Can't breathe. You don't really want to stand up in court and tell a whole pack of lies, do you?
Why not? I'm just a dull bludgeon feral.
All right, look, change the subject. You want to tell me about this hay?
What?
20 bales was stolen from Widgery produce store last night.
I don't believe this. I don't know anything about no robbery.
Well, just tell me where you got them from then, Brett.
I can't. I don't know. Clay.
Clay? Clay!
Oh, you! You got a nerve. Why don't you get off our case and stop hassling us, eh?
Look, I just came out here for a friendly chat.
No, you take your friendly chat and you get the hell off my land. Go on, get going now! You've been giving me a lot of trouble. One more, and I swear to God, I'm gonna finish you off myself. You understand me?
This isn't over, Clay.
There we go. Menus.
Sorry, Chris.
Oh, hi. They've been ready for ages.
Yeah, had a couple of things to do. Sorry to muck you around.
It's all right, but the best way to get offside with Tom is to keep him waiting for his lunch.
Oh, thanks for the tip. You're crazy, you know that? I mean, you can't just up sticks and move to the country.
Even country bumpkins need a good tax accountant, you know? Won't take me long to get set up here, either.
Yeah, but you hate being away from the city.
Yeah, well, maybe I hate being away from you even more, you know? But come on, Joe, I found the most perfect cottage. It's got an open fireplace, we can make love on a rug.
You're doing it again, trying to plan my whole life, you know? It's not gonna work.
Joe. Listen, I was an idiot, all right? I know that. I admit that now. You're entitled to make your own career choices. I know that. Mount Thomas is where you want to be. It's where I want to be too, you know? And it can work. I'll fix it. Come on, let me show you this cottage. You'll love it. I know you'll love it.
Don't make me hurt you even more. It's not just the job, all right? Maybe it never was. I keep telling you over and over. It's finished. I'm sorry. It's just the way I feel. The way I felt for a long time.
Do you think I'm just gonna let you wipe me just like that, huh?
Go, stay.
Joe, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, Joe. Boss sent me to find you. Or the lunches, rather. Andrew, thought you'd be long gone.
Yeah, I'm just doing some sightseeing, mate.
Yeah, but he's seen all there is to see now, haven't you, Andy?
Nice to meet you.
What is this rubbish? This isn't lunch. Where have you been? I can only assume you got lost.
Not exactly. I went out and visited Clay Hutchins. Thought I could sort something out.
You're joking. Can you imagine how bad that's going to look if this civil action gets to court? Not to mention the ESD investigation.
Well, he's not exactly going to come out of it smelling like roses either. Not after he threw that pitchfork.
Yeah, well, the same problem as the general store parish. No independent witnesses. I wish you'd think before you act.
Sorry, boss. But I think what really got up his nose was the fact that I'd seen that hay.
Hay? What hay?
Well, the 20 bales of lucerne he's got hidden under a tarp.
20 bales? 20 bales of hay go missing from Widgery produce and then they, what, turn up at...
Yes, all right, let's check it out. But not you, Lawson. I want PJ and Doyle to take it up.
Boss, Mr. Corby is on the phone for you.
Take it in my office.
Yep.
And could somebody please go and get me something decent to eat? Not you, Parish. I think you've done quite enough and I think we need to have a little chat. Corby's bandying about words like intimidation and harassment.
Hutchins threatened me.
I can't even argue that it was official police business. Without a warrant, you were trespassing. You didn't show very good judgment.
Sorry, boss.
You know, it's a bit late for that. Corby wants blood. He's demanding that I make a full report to ESD. Monica Draper's hardly likely to view this latest incident as acting in good faith.
Routine inquiry. Routine harassment, more like it. You coppers are thicker than blowies on a carcass.
Yeah, where'd you get them from?
Pete took. He had a bit to spare this year.
How many bales?
50 or so. What I don't use for the bricks I put in the garden. Puts nitrogen in the soil that way.
You got a receipt?
I didn't buy them. You just happen to be stopping by Pete's house. You might want to check out the decking on the back veranda.
He's lying.
No, I'm sorry, Joe. Checks out. You know, we had a word to this Pete Took. Now, apparently Hutchins can take whatever he needs from the farm in exchange for the odd day's labour.
Well, Took was a bit vague about the exact number of bales taken,
Not
though.
vague enough to warrant further investigation.
High school rang. Some kid's been sprung with a bag of dope.
I took a punt.
Oh.
Want one?
Thanks, appreciate it.
There's a lot of weed there.
Gee, I wonder where he got the money for that.
I wonder where he got that much dope. We've got some dealer targeting the school.
Through here, please, Marty.
Silly kid. Sounds more like a description to me, really. It's not what I promised myself either. If I got this job, I was going to be the best bloody member this station had ever seen.
Yeah, the problem with that, though, is you're so worried about making a mistake that you forget to use your initiative.
Yeah, I think I've overdosed on initiative. All that got me at Frankston was the nickname Parrish. Parrish, the trouble magnet.
Oh, at least you're unforgettable.
Too much like Dad, that's the problem.
Your name's Lennox, Tony Lennox.
Ah.
Your son's here.
That's right, Mr. Lennox.
It was
He's
quick.
come through.
Come straight through, thanks.
That's the guy from Widgery Produce, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, right.
I gave him like a combination to another kid. That's when he must put the dope in there.
Right. And what's the name of this other kid?
Come on, son, here's your chance. Speak up.
Mr. Lennox, I've already warned you, you cannot interfere or take part in this interview. OK, Marty, let's go right back to the very beginning. Where did you get the cannabis?
He told you that.
I know what you've told me, Marty, but frankly, I just don't believe a word of it.
You know, kids, the odd puff.
Mr. Lennox, thanks. Now, maybe you're just planning on sharing it around with your mates or selling it even.
Yeah, you know, like buy in bulk, sell in units, make a profit.
So what happens now?
Well, the matter will be reported and he will probably receive a summons for possession of a drug of dependence.
You think you know him, you think you can trust him.
Excuse me, Mr. Lennox.
No, the city girl.
Yeah, that's right. It's Marty, isn't it? Did you know your dad's store was robbed last night?
Yeah.
What's my hay got to do with him?
Oh, just occurred to me that 20 bales of lucerne would buy quite a sizable amount of marijuana.
Had to be an inside job. Someone with access to the keys, you'd fit that description, eh, Marty?
Was that it, Marty? You swapped the hay for the dope?
It was a good deal, Dad.
Sure, you're for it, lad.
Well, where first, Mr. Lennox? Come straight through, Marty. I think you and I and Constable Lawson better have another chat. Mr. Lennox, thanks.
Well done, Parrish. Trifle unorthodox, perhaps. We usually nail our culprits after a recorded interview.
Yeah,
I'm sure you'll get used to our ways.
I just put two and two together, that's all.
Well, the kid admits that he traded the hay for the dope, but he doesn't know who the bloke was. He claims he'd never seen him before. A mate set up the deal.
Yeah, I'll bet. What about a description of the bloke who wanted the hay?
Fitz Hutchins.
Well, we've confirmed him with the hay.
Which he claims he acquired from Pete Took, and Took verifies that.
I reckon the store manager's a liar.
What do you mean?
He said he didn't see anything because he was out the back, but that back door was bolted, I'm certain.
You weren't certain before.
No, I wasn't, but I am now. I mean, they're thick as thieves. Yesterday, Bree repeated something to me which I said to Mowbray when we were at the store with Inspector Draper.
Which simply means they've been discussing this really exciting event. What's your point?
The robbed and the robber having a chat? I mean, it doesn't really make sense.
Mowbray says they are very good customers.
Well, very good customers if they're keeping him in dope.
That is speculation, Parrish.
Not if we find a crop.
I'll discuss the possibilities with PJ tomorrow. But whatever we decide, we approach this with caution. And the best way for you to exercise caution, Parrish, is to stay out of it.
Room service. Chris was kind of busy, so I thought I'd bring it up. Where do you want it?
Oh, just over here would be great, actually. I'm a bit disorganised. I keep opening boxes and then closing them again. There doesn't seem to be much point in unpacking.
Oh, there's no way you're going, if that's what you mean. The boss likes you, Joe.
He's got a funny way of showing it.
Oh, that's just his way. You'll get used to it. He likes to protect his people. Now, if we can nail this Hutchins guy, both the ESD and the civil thing disappear. So, Andrew, you got back to Melbourne okay?
Yeah, he rang a while ago. Everything's cool.
Great. Well, I better go. I'm on early shift.
Worse luck, so am I.
Yeah? Oh, I can give you a wake-up call if you want. That way I get first shower.
Oh, that'd be great. I like to spend every extra minute I can in bed. Andy always used to have to... Because, I always sleep through my alarm.
Yeah, well, look, I'll knock twice when I wake up and then once when the bathroom is free.
A snooze alarm. How civilised.
Night.
Good night.
Come on, Joe, it's time to get up. Joe?
What time is it?
You got 15 minutes.
15 minutes? What happened to my snooze alarm?
You slept right through it.
Oh, are you kidding?
No time for a shower.
What time is it now?
Oh, 2 minutes too.
Come on, hop in.
No, we'll probably still make it on foot. Maybe.
No, it's my first day. I want to make sure I get there on time.
Slow down.
I'm trying.
Look out.
Stop!
Look out!
Ah!
That's great.
Get inside. Come on, get that attended to. Come on, hurry up. You all right?
Yeah.
What do you think you were doing there?
Here's your problem. Someone's cut your brake lines.
Are you sure?
Yeah, have a look. See that?
Well, could that have happened in Melbourne?
If that happened in Melbourne, you wouldn't have made it to Mount Thomas. Not in one piece, anyway. I think someone's out to get you.
So what exactly did Hutchins say?
Well, he said I'd caused him enough trouble. Something about sorting me out himself.
Look, you better get the doctor to have a look at that.
I feel fine.
We'll go and change your shirt at any rate.
Hey, cutting brake lines? No, it just doesn't seem like Hutchins' style.
Did you talk to Pete Took again?
Yeah, he reckons Hutchins definitely traded later for 50 bales of loosened hay.
What about the school kid who traded the dope?
Well, I showed him Hutchins's photograph, but he said it wasn't the same bloke. He could be lying, of course, but...
Got something on Mowbray, here we go. Previous occupation, motor mechanic, and he's got priors for possession of cannabis.
Worth a look. Follow it up.
I was playing cards. Bridge. At St David's Masonic Hall. You can check it out if you like.
Right, and so you were playing bridge all night, were you, Reg?
Till about 11 o'clock, and then I stayed over at a mate's place. Look, what's this all got to do with the price of eggs? And what's she looking for?
Well, it's got to do with dope and attempted murder, Reg.
Attempted murder? Dope? Oh, I don't know anything about... Anything?
Are you planning to wear a hole in the floor, Parish?
Sorry, boss. Just thinking.
Well, think standing still. You're driving me mad.
It just doesn't make sense, that's all. I mean, why would Mowbray try and kill me? I've only been here 5 minutes.
Look, let's just leave that to Hasham and Doyle, shall we?
So he slips me the odd bit of dope now and then.
Fair enough. In exchange for what?
Nothing.
Oh, turn it up, Reg. I mean, you must be the only bloke in Mount Thomas who gets something for nothing from Clay Hutchins.
Interview suspended at 11:35 a.m. for Senior Constable Doyle to make further inquiries.
Mowbray's alibi checks out. There's no way he could have done Joe's brakes because he was in St David's till 10 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
I've been thinking, trying to make a connection between Hutchins and Mowbray.
So we just sit here while they gas back, do we?
Reg, will you sit down? Relax.
Interview resumed at 11:39 a.m. Mr. Mowbray, it must be your lucky day. It seems that your alibi checks out.
Means you're clear of cutting Constable Parrish's brake lines.
But there's still a matter of possession and complicity in the theft. Let me see if I've got this right, Mr. Mowbray. Mr. Hutchins supplies you with the odd bit of dope, but apparently this didn't come from him, and you have no idea how it ended up in the back of your drawer.
That's about it, yeah.
Right. Maybe your boss pays for it.
Well, that could be it. How do you mean?
Shoplifting. Every store owner's nightmare. And as you see it, if your boss won't employ someone to help you out, then he's got to expect to lose a bit. Now, that's your deal with Mr. Hutchins, isn't it, Mr. Mowbray? He supplies you with the dope, you turn a blind eye while he helps himself to his weekly groceries.
Which is what he was doing when Constable Parrish walked in the other day. Would that be right, Reg?
I wouldn't know. I kept telling you I was out the back.
Were you, Mr. Mowbray, or were you in your office stashing this? We got him.
What a beautiful day for gardening.
Please don't move!
Down! Down! Get out now! Ray Everett Hutchins, you're under arrest for the cultivation
Get your cuffs!
of a drug dependent.
Get your cuffs!
You want to hang on to this?
Yes!
You haven't got a spare hand.
You have no evidence of trafficking.
Well, Reg Mowbray has admitted that he's received cannabis on several occasions. In exchange, he's looked the other way while your clients helped themselves to the stock.
Which is what Constable Parrish witnessed. Bringing us to the matter of the civil action.
I'll have to discuss that with my client. In the circumstances, it would be irresponsible of me to advise him to proceed with the civil action.
Last night, somebody tampered with the brakes on Constable Parrish's car.
And at the moment, your client's our only suspect.
Hutchins and his partner are not the sort of people who usually come to me, Senior Sergeant. Can't afford me. This time they can because there is a third party involved.
Third party? What third party?
That would be breaching my client's confidentiality. The point I'm trying to make is that the costs of mounting a civil action were to be met. If any charges of attempted murder, that's definitely not in my brief.
Looks like they're going to need legal aid after all.
Yeah, I'll get the details for them. I'd love to know who the third party is.
A parent, a friend. I mean, even Ferrells have them.
Well, one thing anyway, the civil action's out the window. Good news for Parrish.
No sign of Andrew?
He's gone back to Melbourne. You saw him. You were there when he got in the car.
Yeah, I didn't actually see him drive off.
What is this, Jack?
Okay, so this is a crazy idea I had. Both our suspects about your car have been eliminated, or basically ruled out, and it kind of doesn't leave anyone else. And I saw you two arguing yesterday, and I
You
thought...
think he cooked my brakes?
I don't know.
Look, besides the fact that I don't think he'd even know where the brake lines were, I mean, what possible reason has he got? He doesn't hate me. He loves me. It's a whole problem.
Oh, you know, whatever's between you two, that's none of my business.
Look, he wouldn't do anything like that, all right?
Okay, sorry. Joe.
Jack, don't do this.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm just a bit jumpy. I guess it's been a long day.
Hey, do you want to come and celebrate?
I might have a shower first.
Okay, well, anything you need, just give us a yell.
Hey, I've always wanted a little brother, but I don't think back scrubbing was on the list.
Fair enough. Hey, look, why don't you come down for one drink?
All right, you're on. I'll just fix my hair and change.
Okay.
Joe.
What the hell are you doing here?
Thank God you're all right. I thought about it on the road. It was a crazy thing to do, I know. I just wanted to show you how much you need me, you know?
And you didn't...
I didn't want to hurt you, Joe. I would have done anything, you know? Listen, I don't you understand? I can't live without you, Joe. You're my life.
I'm your life, so you try and kill me. You think it didn't hurt me when we broke up? But I would never, ever hurt you like... You're so...
No, I'm just desperate, that's all, Joe. I'm just desperate. I love you so much.
Love? You don't even have the slightest idea what that word means.
Don't say that.
You're under arrest for attempted murder.
Listen, Joe,
I must
please
inform
you don't have to do this.
that
Listen,
you're
it was
not
good before.
obliged
I
to
can
say
make it
or
good
do
again, Joe.
anything, but
I can't
anything you
let
say
you
or
do this.
do,
Joe, get away
maybe
from the door. Get away from the
taking
door,
you
Joe.
in
Get
any-
away! Get away from the door! When are you going to listen to me?
Well, they're charging him now.
Bail?
Depends on the magistrate, but my guess is that Corby will plead leniency on psychiatric grounds.
Ellis Corby? Hutchins' lawyer?
Yeah, it seems that he and Andrew were already acquainted.
Well, how do you mean?
Joe, Andrew put the money up for the civil action against you.
My God. 3 years in a relationship, 2 years studying psych, and I lived with him for a year. Still had no idea what was wrong with him. Actually, yeah, I did. And I got out. Just didn't really put it all together, that's all.
I know you don't feel ready to talk about it just now, but sometime soon, we need to know everything.
I know one thing, boss. I would have made a lousy shrink.
I've already spoken to Monica Draper. You're in the clear. She's satisfied that you acted in good faith on all matters. A little bit rashly, perhaps, but...
It looks like you're stuck with me.
We're stuck with each other. Let's just try and make the rest of your time here a little less frenetic than the first few days, eh?
I'll try. I really do want to fit in, you know.
And you will. Look, I'm sure once you settle down, you'll make a very good country copper.
Thanks, boss.
But any more incidents relating to my lunch and I will institute disciplinary action against you myself. Is that clear?
No problems, boss. I promise to behave.